Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to the Science of Mind Club. And this Sunday, we are continuing our Mindfulness Masterclass with this meditation on a new topic. And this mindfulness series has received some really positive comments, positive feedback from our viewers. Mindfulness, as you know, is the way of being here and now. And again, I welcome you to this Sunday class where we are starting in here and now and we are starting to connect with each other and connect with ourselves. So, welcome to this Sunday club, starting with our Sunday ritual, which is about thinking over, pondering over some of the thoughts which are really mindful. Yeah, so the first one is empty your cup. Okay, so, I remember this story where there was this person who went to learn karate in Japan. And even after spending many years there, he was not taught anything. So one fine day, he gets frustrated and he comes to the master, the teacher there, and he says that why you haven't told me karate for all this while. This teacher was having tea that time, so he said that why don't you pour me tea? So the man started to pour the tea for the teacher. The cup was almost full, and then he stopped, and the teacher said, "Who asked you to stop? Keep on pouring." Then he kept on pouring and he started to spill all over on the floor. And he gets absolutely frustrating and he's like that, what does pouring tea has to do with this? And this is where the teacher replied that if your cup is so full with your own tea and you have not emptied your cup, then how will you taste my tea? So to taste my tea, first of all, you have to empty your cup. The man realized that all this while he was so full of himself, so full of the past martial arts that he has been learning, and he was not paying attention and not becoming a beginner or emptying his cup. So, the most important thing that we want to start by sharing today is that our cups get full day in, day out. You know, what is this practice of emptying this cup? How you can empty your cup? How you can relinquish preconceived notions? How you can cultivate a mind that is like a empty cup. We also call it a sponge mind, okay? Because many a times all the expectations we have, the past knowledge that we carry, they ultimately sabotage our efforts of becoming a new person. How you can empty your cup, and I think the best way to do that is connecting with yourself, connecting with that higher self in that moment of mindful awareness. And this is what this short session on mindfulness is all about. This is where we are holding this space so that you connect with yourself. Our minds are always craving for attention. A huge shout out to Sketch Plantation, a due credit to them, some spot on sketches that come out of Sketch Plantations, I would say. And this is from Linda Stone. So you can see that always our minds are craving for attention. They are always in a state of continuous partial attention, which is where we are not able to do things fully. Hi Gopi, welcome to the session. We just got started, so you haven't missed anything. So, in today's topic, we are going to talk about attention and we are going to talk about how mindfully we can create. Because for the time whenever we are in this continuous state of partial attention, what we are missing is the wholesome moment of now. If our attentions are not complete, if we are always in that partial state of attention, we are missing the life, what is happening. And it is important for us to mindfully cultivate that attention so that we can focus on the things that we want to focus. Our quality of life depends on the qualities of attention, the quality of awareness, and the quality of our acceptance that we have. Okay? It's not that the mindfulness is getting cultivated on a yoga mat, but it is on that moment attention that helps us cultivate a mindful self. Acceptance and relinquishment. So we cannot change anything unless we accept. Carl Jung. Carl Jung was a psychologist, one of the ace psychologists, one of the leaders in his field. And he said that until unless we don't accept anything, we will not be able to change it. Acceptance makes a very big part of it. Okay? Until unless we are accepting our reality, we cannot create a new reality. And acceptance is all about awareness. We can only accept things that we are aware of. If you are not aware of something, how you can be accepting that? So we have to build up practices in our day-to-day life, in our daily routine or weekly routine, where we are bringing our minds together, our attention and awareness together. And then we are accepting some of the realities which we can change and accepting the realities which we cannot change. So that kind of a clearing or that kind of an insight will only come to us when we are settling down and when we are thinking that what are the solutions for the problem that you have been facing, or sometimes we are not even aware that a problem is a problem. So meditation or mindfulness, it prepares your mind for that kind of insight, and the quality of that awareness is finally driving the quality of the acceptance. And when we accept it, the quality of the solution, it increases. Okay? So all we are saying is three things: build awareness, second, build acceptance, and three, build that space where you can connect with acceptance and awareness. We have a great pressure to be knowledgeable every time in our life. Sometimes the society has kind of programmed this, sometimes our workplaces have programmed this, that many a times we have to appear knowledgeable. But that's not the way how reality is. Reality is all about ambiguity. There are so many things that we are not aware of. It has to be a reality in which we are okay with ambiguity. Many a times, even after accepting the problems, we will not be able to solve it then and there. What are you doing that time? Are you emptying your cup, emptying your mind, and thinking that, yes, I can be in this moment with this problem? I can pay a mindful attention and I can practice something which is called as not knowing, which is, which is like a very, very honest way of saying that I don't know what I don't know. So instead of becoming knowledgeable, we say that we are always work in progress. We are always a work in progress. And that kind of lifts this great pressure of being knowledgeable from our shoulders. And we speak from a place of humble authority. It's not a arrogant authority, but it is an authority which is very, very humble. That yes, what is it that I don't know which I can know? So mindfulness is about the possibilities. It is about that writing on the wall that sometimes is always there right in front of us, but is always missed. So, and when we look at it, when we open our eyes, when we open our minds, when we open our heart, that is where we truly start searching the key question: from where have we come and why? Okay? So look at this picture. What is one word that sticks to you from this picture? Just you can type it in the chat box. One word that sticks to your mind from this. What is one thought that comes to your mind after listening to all these ideas? You can put it on the comment, put it on the chat box. One thing that was your learning, your reflection point, and then we go further. What is one reflection that you have? Friends, all we are saying is knowledge is an illusion. There is an illusion of attention being going all the way, and there is an illusion where in our day-to-day life we have become so busy, so distracted, and all it requires for us to snap out of all these distractions is to connect with ourselves in a mindful awareness. So it will be mindfulness that will make you free from the attachment of knowledge, attachment of security, free from this frantic world of knowing that you have to focus here, you have to pay your attention here, you have to go there, and just settle down, because we need not go thousand places. We cannot be in two places for that matter at one point in time. But why is it that our mind in our day-to-day life is in thousand different places? All it requires us to do is to understand from where have we come and why. That means for all that thought, all that rumination that happens in our mind, take a pause and we think that where that thinking has started from. Today's connect, today's Sunday class is all about connecting with the art of thinking about thinking. And that is what this mindfulness club is all about. We are looking at things very, very mindfully, building our awareness, building our presence in the current moment. It is a community of people, just like community of, let's say, learners or a community of peaceful meditators. We are coming together, create more coaches, to create more leaders. Just 30 to 40 minutes in an incremental way every Sunday. We are building our knowledge on these concepts so that we become more aware, we become more intelligent about the way how we spend our times in our day-to-day life. And we build up our knowledge on these key concepts of psychology, NLP, mindfulness. It's a totally pro bono initiative, free initiative. All it has to do is that, we keep an open mind, and whatever we learn, we share it forward, we pay it forward. And this is from my own research in the last 10-15 years, whatever I've done on these topics. And I'm just sharing with a gratitude to all of you so that you can pick up things and you can share further. So please join the Science of Mind Club if you have not joined it. Some of you have already been part of our mailing list. You can just scan the QR code, you can be on this. There are a lot of connects that we do every Sunday, and sometimes we also together some good workshops, connect with some of the leaders. There is a Q&A that is going to happen towards, I think, somewhere in the mid of the next month. So the whole idea is that we keep and maintain a beginner's mind. We understand that we are always a work in progress, and there is a very nice way of connecting with each other as a community of people who are interested on these topics and staying positive. I think that is the most important thing in today's world. We stay positive, we stay happy, and we share with each other whatever we have learned. And if you're still curious, it is a community of positive people. You learn, share, apply, and transform things. And feel free to share this knowledge. There's a little bit of more information I put together on the website. There's some more positive thoughts. And see, any thought can be an insight for you. Whatever I'm sharing here or whatever you find, it can be an insight for you. But a prerequisite for that insight, or what is needed for that insight to happen, is that your mind has to, first of all, be decluttered. You have to be in that moment, and you have to really watch it. Watch it with the curious eyes of a young baby who's looking at a duck and is all the more surprised looking at that. See, anything can be an insight provided you observe, you pay attention. And in today's world, friends, there's a lot of things which are going on where we are compromising this clarity. Insight means that you're clearly gazing at something, you're seeing something, and for that, it's a function of your perception, it's a function of your thinking, and it's a function of a mind which is in that moment. Mindfulness, for that matter, becomes very, very important if you want an insight in your life, if you want to change your life, if you want thoughts that can help you transform yourself. Okay, and for that you have to settle your mind first. So be curious, be like that curious child. Do not stop to learn. Okay? And that is how you can cultivate clarity. That is how you can cultivate depth. So today's topic is about mindful attention because there is a storm of thoughts that surround us in our day-to-day life. But this mindful awareness is about creating that reality check. When you do that reality check, you realize that you are not the storm. You are not in the center of the storm. You are somebody who is way above all the storms of the world, all the mental turmoils of the world. And it is meditation that will sharpen your perspective to attention to so much so degree that you will realize that all the storms, all the pains of the world, all the realities of the world are just like clouds which are passing in the sky. Any perception of reality is only apparent, it's not the final thing. Reality is shifting. And the more deeply we create this awareness in the world, we realize that we are the master and commander of our life. We can create the life we want, and you can create a better future for yourself and those around you, which is full of happiness, full of bliss, which is full of loving memories, loving kindness. With this, let us create a space where we are connecting with each other. Every Sunday, we do a mindfulness meditation. Today's meditation or today's idea is about mindfulness attention, attention that we cultivate, the quality of our attention. So, I'll play something called as a metronome. I already spoke about it in the first two classes. If you haven't been a part of that, you can just watch it on YouTube. You'll know what a metronome is. Metronome, simply speaking, is a device which has got a slight sound in the background, and it kind of brings our attention back to the present moment. There is an app called Soundbrenner where you will find this metronome. If you do not want to download a app, sometimes you'll find that people strike a bell. That bell kind of brings their attention to the present moment. Yeah. So to get started, just place your feet on the ground or wherever you're sitting. Be very, very relaxed and let your focus come back to your breath. Mindfulness is all about connecting with your breath, connecting with your breathing, connecting with the quality of your attention, and understanding that any knowledge that we have is only an illusion. Anything that we think is only true in certain cases, and constantly we have to think through, connect with ourselves, get closer to the reality, closer to the truth. So let your mind be like a cup, an empty cup, and you become free of the past, free of the expectations of the future, and you become free from any knowledge, and you be like a child, curious child, who's looking at this moment with awareness, with attention, and with lot of curiosity. And let any thought that comes to your mind be like a cloud flying in the sky, drifting and shifting. Sometimes these clouds look like some shapes. Sometimes you make shapes of an animal from the cloud. And then the wind comes, the leaves on the tree moves, and the cloud flies away. Sometimes our thoughts can be self-empowering. Most of the times they can be disempowering. But let's not attach to any passing thought, because it's just like a cloud. There can be some thoughts from your past or from the future that can come in your mind. Thought like, oh, what I did in the past week, probably the mistakes that I've made in the past week, maybe a thought about the worry of the coming week or some upcoming engagement. Just look at that thought like a cloud. Let that cloud fly away. There can be thoughts related to sadness. There can be thoughts related to pain. Or maybe there are thoughts related to suffering. Just look at those thoughts, thank them, and let them pass. Many a times our attentions are too much focused on some of the sad moments, some of the tragic moments. But always remember that in this world, there are only two tragedies. One is not getting what one wants, and the other is getting what you want. We are always in this pursuit of happiness. Our minds are always in this quest for happiness. But we have to settle down and know that this is all intransient. We are infinite beings in a finite life, looking at things which are just like passing clouds. Let those clouds not decide at how the weather will be of our mind. The reality is that happiness and bliss are always there for you in your reach. Just a matter of seeking it. So, attention is always equal to retention. Or you are aware of the present moment, you are being attentive. And it requires a humbleness of knowing that I know that I don't know. I know that I don't know. Not knowing, not doing. We cannot do anything about the past. We cannot do anything about the future, which is like a unknown box. The truth is that we can only know that with the open mind, open heart, and open will, we can welcome this present moment with a heartfulness, with a heartful awareness, and we can be comfortable in not knowing, can be comfortable with this idea that we may not have all the answers all the time, and that is okay. Our attention is always seeking reality, want to be attentive, but let's continuously observe that where our attention is stopping. Can be some objects in the room, there can be some ideas in our mind, and our awareness is all about knowing that we can stop at any given point in time. Just connect with the breath. Let that breathing be the most important thing that you're doing. Just take a deep breath and relax. Accept the uncertainty of the world. Accept that the world is uncertain. Accept that nothing is permanent. And accept that knowledge is an illusion. And with that acceptance, grow that compassion for everyone around you because they are on their own way, on their own path, discovering what they have not discovered now. Everybody is going through the same sort of desires, the same sort of sufferings, and the same set of illusions. All we can cultivate at the end of the day is beautiful insight that nothing is permanent. The clarity that we seek, the depth that we seek, lies in the clarity of our love, depth of our hearts. Let's not expect too much from the world. Let's not expect too much from our desires and expectations, but be like that observing child, that curious child who can be happy even at the sight of the smallest of the moments of surprise and magic around us. So focus on your breathing and let all the thoughts be like clouds flying by, and just like a little boy lying on the grass and looking at the clouds, let them pass through. Because when the clouds pass by and the sky is clear, that is where you realize like a blue sky surrounds everyone around the world, and we are all connected as human beings. And any insight can only come when our minds are clear and our minds are ready. With this clarity, let me share some questions with you which can help you find that connection. Questions like, when I refer to myself, when I refer to my name, what do I mean? When I use the word me, I, myself, what does that refer to? What is, who is, and what is this I? Who am I? And is there anything about me that does not categorically rely on something which is out of my reach, out of my attention? How do I know the true self? Who am I? And how I can be completely accepting, mindfully aware, and compassionately connected with this journey of self-exploration, where I know that I have not all the answers with me. How I can come back to this moment and discover I that I have. With a lot of compassion, lot of mindful awareness, let's come back to our everyday awareness, and let's come back to the Zoom, let's come back to the room. You did extremely well. Just let your thoughts settle. You can rub your hands. Put it on your face. Take a deep breath. Take a big stretch. Yeah. And whatever are your reflections from this exercise, you can note down. You can also put a comment on the chat window or on the YouTube video. And I hope that this exercise was helpful for you to understand that we can mindfully connect with our attention every time. And it should be very compassionate attention that we should have for each other as well as for those around us. And it's about seeking clarity, seeking depth, and being comfortable with not knowing, not doing anything. And it is about this exploration, the continued exploration of finding our new self, doing that reality check. So, thank you for your mindful awareness this Sunday morning. Today's masterclass was about exploring our attention and exploring it like a cloud. Clouds are nothing else but water vapors. Okay? And that's where we have to cultivate our attention to understand and accept the reality beyond the illusion. Okay? With that positive note, I wish you all the very best of on practicing this further, because the more we practice it, the more we become aware in our day-to-day interaction. Our journey ahead is also very positive. It is also very exciting. You will be radiating a lot of positive changes in your life. We learn by our questions, we learn by our answers. So we'll be doing a question and answer session. This is the 7th session. And somewhere after the 10th session, we'll do a Q&A so that we can answer all your questions. Friends, if some of these practices, if some of these mindfulness meditations have some question for you, please let not that question slip by. You write those questions, you post those questions. I'll be more than happy to take it up. After the 10th session, I'll also try and get one of the experts in the field of mindfulness along with me. We will be sharing your questions and we'll be answering them for benefit of everyone's knowledge. And that's how we will learn from each other. Okay? So be curious, share with this learning with others, take care of those around you, take care of your parents. Always keep on learning because learning is a fun process. Always stop and take that mindful pause in your life, rejuvenate, have that me time for yourself so that you can refresh yourself, you can rejuvenate yourself, you can recoup your energy. And with that gratitude, would like to say thank you for your mindful awareness, your mindful attention on this call. As a thank you note, I'll be doing a workshop which is on self-hypnosis on 12th of April. And this is about building self-confidence like Superman. It is a free workshop. All these events are pro bono. Just out of my gratitude to my teachers and mentors, I'm offering them. So you can also scan the QR code. You can register for this workshop. And you will learn 3 things in this workshop. First, you will learn that what is hypnosis, what is self-hypnosis, how some people are using it so powerfully to kind of reinvent themselves. 2, you will learn some beautiful ways of connecting with inner superpower. And 3, you will create a metaphor for yourself, an anchor for yourself, where time and again you will get that power from that metaphor. So it is all about connecting with your inner superpower. It is about finding that inner superhero that is always inside you. I know that many a times we feel challenged, many a times we feel that the life is full of pain and suffering and pressure. But all it requires, like the topic of today's workshop was about taking that mindful pause and looking at our attention. All it requires to do is that we have to look for the resources which are within us. I would say that self hypnosis is a very powerful modality where we connect with our deep inner self. Yeah. And many a times people are thinking about that, hypnosis is just kind of hypnotizing somebody. No, that is not true. Many a times in the moments when our awareness is heightened and when we make a limiting belief for ourselves, that is also like a hypnotic induction that we are giving to ourselves. So this workshop is more about breaking those beliefs, breaking those hypnotic patterns, a self sabotaging pattern that you have within yourself that limits you, and setting yourself free with that deeply unconscious mind, deeply powerful mind that all of us as human beings have, the deeply creative mind that can help you find new ways of working together, new ways of working, new ways of achieving. Okay. So just like when a weight is lifted, something is shifted, and you are free, you feel absolutely energized. And when everything that weighs you down is just dropped across, you become free. That is where some of these insights and realizations can also help you kind of realize your superpower. Okay, so this is what this workshop is all about. As you can see, that I'm so passionate about this topic because I have seen in our society that some of the times the parents or the teachers or even in the workplace, somebody says something to each other, and then they condition their mind in a particular way, and then they feel bad about things, and people start to kind of put themselves in a shell of some kind. But believe you me, that you can break free, you can break free all the shells, you can break free all those limitations that kind of limit you today, and you can achieve a very very positive and a very very confident self for yourself. So you can create that, and this workshop is about co-creating that with you. And I invite you warmly for this workshop. All you need to do is just scan the QR code, and we can be talking about it on 12th of April when we catch up for this workshop. So, once again, gratitude from my side for being on this call. A big thank you, and may you enjoy your Sunday and have a wonderful day ahead. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.